This episode, we're talking about the very cool little WSPRlite flexi, a nifty little antenna tester that's interesting in that it doesn't test your SWR or your peak envelope power or your feed line losses or any of that. What it does is it tests your actual propagation from your station in real time out into the world. I'm JD, K5HH, and welcome to the Dummy Loads. Now, this awesome little device made by the folks over at SodaBeams in the UK lets you test your antenna's actual transmit propagation in real time. It uses the WSPR protocol, WSPR, Weak Signal Propagation Reporter, originally developed by Joe Taylor, K1JT. Now, WSPR is open sourced and still actively worked on. Please find the relevant links below. I'm not going to tell you how to install the support software, as that's all very well documented when you buy the unit. So let's go straight into the setup app where you can update the firmware and set up the device for operation. After you plug the WSPRlite into the computer, pick the correct COM port and click Connect. Every so often, I click the Update Firmware just to make sure it's current. I don't do it every time. There's not that many updates. Then, enter your call sign and the first 4 digits of your QTH locator. Currently, WSPRnet only uses the first 4. Honestly, I'm not sure what the CW call sign checkbox is for, so I ignore it. If you know, please post in the comments below and share your knowledge. Choose the band that you wish to test. Once you pick a band, it will pick a random frequency in the WSPR accepted range for that band. The flexi version of the WSPRlite has low-pass filters on the 20 and 30 meter bands built in. You may need to get some external low-pass filters for any other band you wish to test, depending upon where you are operating from. The WSPRlite will work without them, but you may end up operating out of bounds depending upon your location. Something to keep in mind. I don't have any other low-pass filters yet, but they are on the way, just in case I need them. Then, pick your power output. I've just been leaving it at the default 200 milliwatts, which, when using the WSPR protocol, is the equivalent to 1000 watts of single sideband. Pretty good. I'm not using an external amplifier, so I leave the reported power at its default. They suggest leaving the repeat rate at 30% so that you're not hogging the frequency every minute. I've also left the max runtime at its default of 3 days. I've never let it go that long. The most I've gone is 24 hours, but just in case you wish to leave it going. At the bottom is a very important link. This will send you to your own personaldexplorer.net report page for your specific device. We'll get into that later, but for now, go ahead and click Open in Browser. Then, when it opens, bookmark that link. I think it will generate a new link per band. Lastly, go back up, click Save WSPR Settings. That's it, you're done. Unplug the device and let's get set up to transmit. I use my radio power supply and plug it into the SodaBeams power conditioner. When I didn't use this, the power supply generated an ugly buzz in the transmission, so I bought this conditioner as a kit, put it together, and haven't had an issue since. Plug it into the WSPRlite, connect the feed line, which goes into my Emtech ZM-2 QRP tuner, which I've posted a pictorial write-up on the build previously. See that link below. Then attach the antenna to the tuner, They suggest to wait for 2 seconds past the minute. I do that on my atomic clock and press the start button to start transmission. On the ZM2, flip the switch to tune and fiddle with the knobs until the light goes out or as dim as possible. If you turn the knobs to the stops and the light stays bright, try adding some picofarads and keep trying. I took my time here. At 200 milliwatts, I wasn't too worried about overheating anything. When done, flip the left switch to operate, which takes the LED out of the circuit and gives your signal the least resistance on the line. Done. You're now transmitting. Give it a while to transmit for a few minutes or half an hour or at least an hour, and then go to the above-mentioned dexplorer.net link you got from the Setup app. Here, the DX10 table shows you a list of your best 10 by range every 2 minutes or so. The graph is a visual representation of the data points of all your connections. In every report, you can choose a time frame snapshot. The spot's map is, well, self-explanatory. The spots table shows you all your spots, most recent on top. If you've tested on other bands, you can swap over to them here. And there you have it. This is a very useful bit of kit that lets you see just how well your antenna is working based on its configuration and current propagation conditions. For around 80 bucks and its diminutive size and weight, I highly recommend it. You get a very accurate real-time picture of how long your radio's arms are at that moment. Especially in our current solar minimums, it's quite handy to test out where you can reach. If this video is helpful to you in any way, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions on the WSPRlite Flexi, please post them below. I'm no real expert, but I'm happy to get back to you with what I know and help you find your answers. Thanks for watching the Dummy Loads. See y'all next time.